Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is the Protego Foundation, and you can help me, help them, help the animals in a few ways. One, just watch my stream here on Twitch and bring your friends, because I'll be making a donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. You can also donate on Twitch to our fundraiser. We have $10, which was raised last December. Our goal is to get up to $20 total this year. So please donate if you can. If you're watching this later on YouTube as a recording, you can also help by finding the link in the description and going directly to the Protego Foundation's website. That link is also here on Twitch in my About section. It is Wednesday, which means it's time for illustration work. I finished all those projects that came in between this and the last time I worked on it. What is this? It is my bees onomatopoeia piece. Anyone who has been watching me for a long time will know that I have made several of these animal onomatopoeia pieces. It was actually my capstone project to get my illustration degree, and I'm continuing to work on it because eventually I would like to have it published as a book. That whole thing is designed to be published as a book. This little idea book, this is full of all my notes and planning and brainstorming and everything else that I have done for this project so far. So I keep this separate from my sketchbook because it is such a big project that it's better to have a separate little notebook, because you could run out of the sketchbook, which I'm actually probably going to do pretty soon here. There's only... What? There's only one page. There's one page left in my sketchbook. Oh, the camera is losing its mind. Camera, hello. Come down here, please. Camera. Camera, hello. Okay, thank you. So, I don't even remember what I left off on last time. I was actually surprised when I went to copy-paste the title of the last stream that I worked on this project so that I could just update the number and paste it. And I was like, what? I worked on this 2 different streams? I didn't even remember. That's how long ago it's been. The last time I worked on it was... Well, this says 18 September. I think it was the 19th of September. I think I did the 18th, the 19th, and then yeah, because here's 19 September. So, all the way back in September. Is this the beginning of my work on it? It's the Kabul Ishka from my Imagine Naturalist series. This chibi. More chibi. Chibi? What was I drawing those for? I don't remember. Yeah, this must be the... I forgot about those. Okay. This must be the beginning. So I am reminding myself just as much as anybody else watching. What did I work on? I don't remember. Let's bring the camera down so you can see. Don't remember what I did, so I decided on the Hunt's Bumblebee. Maybe it would be better if I look in here first, actually, so... Haha. That was a lofty goal. It did not happen. 8 animals in 2023. Oh, it didn't happen. I got the cow done, and then that was it. And now here we are at the end of 2024, and I'm working on the bee. That's okay, though. There's no deadline for this, and I would rather do it properly than rush it. These are all the animals that I plan to do, though. So this is my little checklist. That's why I've got sticky note here, because I'm just going down the list. So next will be pig, rooster, etc. So this is my notes on the cows. See notes from cows, sketch flying bees. Boom boom. Japanese is boom boom, because this whole project is about creating a learning tool that is beautiful first and learning second. Sounds weird, but I've been studying Japanese for so long, seen so many different textbooks and specialty books, and when they have illustrations, they have very practical illustrations, and the point is just to get the lesson across. It's not about creating necessarily a super beautiful collectible kind of amazing illustration. It's just a teaching tool. So for me, I'm flipping that around. I want to help teach something that blew my mind when I first started learning Japanese, which is that animals they don't actually make different sounds, but in the language, in the human language, they make different sounds depending on the language. So that blew my mind, and that's why that's the kind of thing I want to teach with this book, because it's such a fun, interesting, and really relatable kind of information. And I think anybody at any level could appreciate it, etc. And then the idea is beauty first. Trying to create a beautiful illustration first. The teaching comes second. So all I wrote was see notes from cows and sketch flying bees. So I guess I'll look at the cows' notes. Notes about previous pieces. 5 to 9 characters per spread. That's what I've done so far. A rainbow of animals. Have some in the gutter. The gutter is this middle part on a book. So that's what that means. It doesn't mean like put them down and make them have a bad life or something. It means make sure there's some in this space here, because it's a full 2-page spread that I'm creating. And if you leave this too empty, then it seems awkward. So you're going to have to like have some sacrificial bees living in the gutter here so that it looks like a big scene. And then that way, if you print it as a single image and not in the book, then it looks nice and you would never guess that it was designed to fold in the middle. So that's what that means. Arrange into groups. All lines are colored. So that's toward the end. I color the lines with Photoshop. I ink them with just black ink with physical media. Then I scan it in and color them at the end. Atmospheric onomatopoeia. That's another digital thing. Don't have to worry about it yet. Hidari wa Nihongo. English on right. So left side of the page is the Japanese text and the right side of the page is English. Left, right, yes. Inked by hand, yes. Colored digitally. Texture overlay. Speech bubbles also colored and affected by environment. Made at 12.75 by 8.25 inches to blow up to 17 by 11 inches. Used 2 sheets of Aquabee manga paper with artist tape taped together at the gutter. Sketched with blue pencil, inked with black ink, scanned blue removed lines onto transparent layer. Notes on margins in gray. Sketches of animals as part of brainstorming. Use brush pens to ink plus Sakura Micron PN. I gotta keep that in mind when I go to ink, because recently I've been inking almost exclusively with these or a dip pen with a pot of ink. So these brush pens are different. Speech bubbles, part of composition from the start. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. Research scientific facts about the animals. Depict a noisy activity. Okay. And then it says sketch flying bees. I think I did that last time. I mean, I might need to do more. You never sketch too much unless you're procrastinating and you just need to get on with it, but it's been 2 months, so September 19, and today is 18 December. Yeah, so almost exactly September, October, November, 3 months. September, October, November, December, 3 months. 3 months. All right, I'm going to look at my sketches now and see what I learned. So I had decided on the Hunt's bumblebee. I remember that because they're just one of my faves that I see here where I live. They actually come to my yard and eat my flower pollen. So head, thorax, pollen press, abdomen. Okay. And I recall it was actually kind of difficult to find pictures of the flying bees, and I might need to just use my imagination for some of it. Leg. I put question mark, exclamation point, and a bunch of hearts. I think what it was is the legs are all tucked in, all cute, while flying. So I put leg. I guess my camera's a little too close. You can't see all of my sketches. Leg. Oh. 10 segments. This is the antenna. 10 segments, a joint or something, and then there's 3 total parts. There's a leg. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts of the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4 through 6, 7, 8. Ah, if I count the claws, that's 8, I guess. I sketched these ones. I think what was happening was, when I'm looking at this, I'm remembering that I always want to draw bees like this. And I think that's the standard simplified way that people learn to draw bees. But actually what I was finding with all of the pictures of them flying is they're actually more like a boomerang shape. Or like a bean. They're a bean with 2 E's. A bean. Yeah. So here's that shape. They don't hold their butts up. They hang down. Because the wings are in the front, so it makes sense that this would be the crux and the body hangs down from that point. If the wings were in the middle, maybe then they would move like this. But instead it's like this. Smooth, fuzzy, and smooth. Different areas of smoothness and fuzziness on these bumblebees. Oh, yes. I went into depth. Hello, camera. Camera. Thank you. Went into depth on the wings. I've got to figure out how to simplify them. I think this one looks pretty good. Because actually what I've been drawing is not just animals for these, but chibi animals. So maybe that'll be the next thing I do today. Looking at references and my own sketches and start to chibify some bees so that I can figure out how to make them look cute, but also look like not just generic bees, but a specific kind of bee. Here I was really simplifying the wing and figuring out the general anatomy that seems to be the same regardless of the individual. Yeah, the end part is always roughly the end part of the wing. Ah. Put this sticky note here. Sticky tab, because here is my truly simplified wings, top wing, bottom wing, Hunt's bumblebee simplified wing diagram. It says, Sarah, hello, how are you? Yay, I'm so happy to see you in the chat. How are you doing? Are you moved into your house all the way now? Everything's unpacked, set up, and you're just living the life? I'm asking because that still hasn't happened for me, so and I moved into this house like I don't know how many years ago, and we still have boxes of stuff that we haven't unpacked. Posters we haven't hung on the walls. Allow it. Taking a break from building furniture. Did you get all new furniture, or you just need more because you got a bigger house? Yeah, I'm like, I really want to hang up my X-Wing diagram, my Star Wars X-Wing diagram poster. And I think about it, I don't know, at least once a week, I think. And I just never do it. It's sitting in the garage. It's probably covered in spider webs. And I have all my Lord of the Rings posters, and I have boxes of, like, Hot Wheels cars still in their packages, and in previous homes and rooms that I've lived in, I would hang them up on the wall with, like, thumbtacks and stuff. I have not gotten those out or anything. My Gundam toys, same thing, just for collecting. I have not gotten them out. Some is all new, but mostly it's a double-sized house. So double the size what you had before? Dang! That must be so nice. I can imagine it feels like you can just take a deeper breath or something. That's how I feel like it would seem if I moved into a house twice as big as my current house. I feel like I'd be able to just breathe more. I'm going to take a sip of my yummy juice smoothie shake. Well, it's not a smoothie because I didn't blend it. I just put in greens powder with some soy milk and fruit juice and chia seeds. And this is my weekday lunch because I rarely have time to make a proper lunch. I spilled a little water on the table. I was trying not to. I did it anyway. That's how it always is to be an otaku geek. Yep. So much geekery saved. Had to figure out what to do with it. Man, I feel inspired to get my Gundam toys out and hang them up somewhere. I'm actually looking at a corner in my room right now. It's over this way. I've got all of these figures stacked up in their boxes. I've got like Victor from Yuri on Ice and Sanji and Rhodey Soul from the third My Hero Academia movie, All Might, of course, and several others. But there's area above them on the wall where I can thumbtack those Gundam toys. Ah. So you don't have like some storage space. So our house currently is actually bigger than the house I was living at before. But it still feels a little cramped because all the rooms are small. So it has this nice square footage, but all the rooms are really small. Like it's divided up very small, so it feels hard to get stuff out of the garage. But at least we do have a garage to store that stuff in until we finally move the puzzle pieces around to make them fit. So that's kind of tough not having a place like that. Do you just have like a lumber room you're putting it in for now? Oh yeah, we're using a couple rooms for storage. That's good then. At least you have a place to put it so that you're not just like living in a house filled with boxes. You can close the door and forget about it for a little while. Well, I hope you can get a new shed soon. Because we also have a shed and it's nice to put some things out there that you don't access as much. Like we have our Christmas tree out there. I want to get it out. I hope we can put the Christmas tree up this year because it feels like it's too busy. Feels too busy to put my Christmas tree up, even though Christmas is my favorite. Okay. Looking at what I worked on last time. I also want to review this because I was super amused. I forgot that I did this last time. I was running out of words to describe these angled shapes that I was creating. And I realized that the words we have in English are inconsistent for counting shapes like triangle, quadrangle, and then I was like, what? What else is it? Where are the rest of the angle words? And it's not. You go to hexagon and all that stuff, pentagon. And that's two different language words. One is Latin, angle is Latin, agon is Greek. I mean, they're right next to each other physically. You know, Latin is like Italy-ish, and Greek is Greece, so it's not that far away, but anyway, I created this list, and with some help from the chat, of 1 through 10, no, not 1, because there's no 1 angle, 2 through 10, all with angle on the end. So, let me share it with you. Biangle, triangle, quadrangle. Now, this one's the best one. Quinquangle, sexangle, septangle, octangle, novangle, and decangle. Boom! I love this list. I'm always going to use it, even though the novangle apparently only has 1 recorded usage in all of history that we know of. But that's how you would say it with a 9 for 9 angles. Okay, moving on. I see. I just continued to sketch bees. And I think this is the last bee I sketched. Yes, because I moved on to Imaginaturalist's sketchbook. And I don't think I worked on bees again after that. Yeah, this is all Aya. Which I'm quite happy how it turned out. I just sent the rewards this morning. And adding the black background in with Photoshop, and I adjusted the brush so that it has a very similar texture to what the ink on this paper has. It turned out quite nice. Oh, and here's all the sketching from my Christmas Koodlers. Okay, here we are, the last page in my sketchbook. I'm going to have to get a new sketchbook out. I have plenty of those. So let's try to chibify some bees. The Hunt's bumblebee. Why? Why did he boof at me? Oh, he thought he was... Well, in a way, my voice is there. Taika! Taika boy! It's okay, boy. What a good boy you are. What a good boy you are. You're such a good boy. That's so cute. I don't know if I've had that happen before. Nobody's told me about it. His ears perked up. Oh, that's adorable. Good boy, Taika. Oh, that's so cute. I'm not sure what I want to sketch with. It's always hard to choose. I think I'll just go back to black ink. I usually end up doing a black ink. But do I want to use brush, pen? Do I want to use something like this? I think maybe I will. Is this just black? Yes. This is Winsor & Newton. 0.8 millimeters. What do they call them? Fine liner. It says water resistant non-fading pigment ink. We'll use this. Now, let us look for, and if you're wondering what the heck is going on with my sketchbook, I put all of these little stickers that normally you just throw them away, but I feel like it's a waste because you can't recycle it. So I put these, the outside parts of the sticker sheet, I put them in the back of my sketchbook. Okay. I am now looking for Hunt's bumblebee. Oh, you know what? Oh, I can't decide. Do I want to do it on my phone? Let's do it on the phone because I'm supposed to be simplifying. So using it on a smaller screen instead of opening a window over here on my secondary monitor, I think that would be better. So Hunt's bumblebee. Oh wait, I know. Hold on. Sorry. What's it called? iNaturalist is a wonderful website where people submit photos to be identified, or if they know what the animal or plant is, then they will identify those photos or take their own photos and say, this is what this is. And so that means there's tons and tons of awesome photos of various plants, animals, fungi, etc., all categorized together. Ugh. Do I have to put an apostrophe in it? It says nothing found for Hunt's Bumblebee. I know there's Hunt's Bumble. Oh, not only did I need to put an apostrophe in Hunt's, I needed to say Bumblebee as 2 words. It can't be 1 word. Okay, there we go. So this is what I'm looking at. All of these Hunt's Bumblebee. Hooray! Another thing is super cool about this. Here it says the world. I don't know if my camera will. Oh, it's trying. The world. You can just say your local area or whatever. And that's what I'm gonna do. So these are all photos of the local bees. Now let's try chibifying. And I've realized in the past when I did a chibi, giant Japanese hornet is what the English name is for it. That to make it chibi, you actually don't change the head very much. With all the mammals that I chibify, I make the head big and simplify the body. But with bugs, they already have a big head and huge eyes. So I realized that I have to use a different formula for bugs. I did it better, I think, when I did my jumbo jewel beetle. That was an illustration class project. Did my jumbo jewel beetle, and I think I did much better that time at creating a cute chibi bug, even though it was jumbo, so it was like bigger than a city. But I learned that you have to simplify different areas on an insect, and probably on a spider too. I've never done a chibi spider, but I bet you would. So let's start by just looking at the basic shapes, which is the head and the... Oh, what? I forgot what it was called. Is it head and abdomen and then thorax? I can't remember which part is which. I wrote them down so I wouldn't have to think about it. Where's me notes? I know this part is not as visually interesting as later in the illustration process, but this kind of stuff is completely necessary. You can't, I cannot achieve what I want to achieve without doing this brainstorming and research. Okay, it goes head, thorax, abdomen. So this bee I'm looking at right now, if we simplify the head and the thorax together into a little circle, and then we'll make the abdomen about the same size, but a slightly different shape, because like I was pointing out earlier, they sort of curve into a kidney bean shape. So if we do something like this, yeah, just from this circles here, that already looks pretty cute. I forgot this pen is not actually that great for sketching because I smudge it all the time. Oh, Sarah's gonna lurk. Okay, I hope you have fun assembling a furniture. I hope it's one that you can sit on after you're done and really enjoy your hard work. Also, thank you for using the little emotes that I made. I always love seeing people use those. It makes me super happy. Okay, so now we have the basic shape. And I have exaggerated the curve in the body as well, because I just feel like that looks even cuter. So we're going to have the wings come out. Make them cute. I'm going to shorten them up. So wing comes out from about here. And these ones are tucked in because this bumblebee is sampling a flower. So we're going to make this really super simple. And the wings actually cross over when they're docked. Docked while landed, their wings cross over very neatly in the back. They are so elegant. They are such elegant beings. Hee elegant beings. Okay. So with this particular bee, there's this strip of black, I guess since it's a bee, it's probably exoskeleton and fur connecting the wings. You can see a little bit of the exoskeleton, and then there's fur growing through on both sides of that. And then there's a fuzzy patch of yellow coming out in between the wings. And the head and the neck are all super fuzzy. Let's make the eyes nice and big. Big and cute. I mean, they're already basically this big, but we're trying to make them round. Got to try to make it round. It's simple. The fuzzy comes out of the front. Comes all the way around, and then it's like a separate batch of fuzzy for the neck. So the separate batch of fuzzy for the neck. Trying to make the cutest, fuzziest, softest, friendliest little fuzzy marks. It's hard to see. I can't really see the mouth or anything. I don't know what their mouths look like. But I suppose that's okay. So I think that's a leg. And those are the antennae. Okay. So we've got the antenna coming down. Can't forget the antenna. That's a really important part of the bee. Two antennae just coming down like that. There is more fuzzy coming down like that. The front, and then the leg. So the legs we're going to make shorter. That makes it chibi. So do a little circle here and circle here. We're going to make them nice and small. And I'm not sure how many little pointy, I don't know what it is. They're like little claws on the end. But I think I'll just stick with 2 because that's easier to depict. And in general, that seems to be what I'm seeing. This part of the leg is fuzzy also. The top part. Then it becomes more exoskeleton-y. Maybe there's a little bit of fuzzies, but not that many. And then we're just making each part smaller and smaller as we go down. And I think that looks pretty good. So, bees are insects. They have 6 legs. I think I'm trying to decipher what I'm seeing here. Let me show you. I think this is the middle leg, and the front leg is up here by the mouth. And then, of course, the back leg is down here along body. Along the... Shoot, I can't remember. Thorax? Is that the bottom part? Ah! Anyway. I'm not going to look back again yet. Let's continue. Let's continue working on this sketch. We're just trying to chibify it. Doesn't matter what it's called. Okay, the back leg. We can't tell right here, but in the reference image, the bee seems to be grabbing onto flower with this back leg. Now, top part seems to be fuzzy too. And then the front leg. So I guess that's what this fuzziness that I'm seeing is. It's not the front of the face, it is the leg. There. let me count the parts of the legs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then there's 3 really small parts. So like 1, 2, 3. And then the part with the claws comes out. I can't tell if this back leg is different. It seems to be. This part is fuzzy too, dang it. Just not as fuzzy. It almost looks, well, let's look at a different photo. Maybe we can get a... So I think it actually is different depending on which leg, the front, middle, or back. They're not all the same. Kind of like how our arms and legs are not the same. Or say on a dog, their front legs and their back legs aren't the same. So I'm going to see if I can find another photo that shows the legs. I guess I better not just only look at Boise because it limits the amount of the variety of pictures I can look at. Yikes. I want to filter for live ones only because it's so horrible to see the dead ones. Let's see. Well, I thought you could do that, but... Oh, more filters. Yeah, I thought you could filter by alive, but I guess not. That's too bad. Oh well. Bombus hunti. That's the Latin name. Ooh, this looks like a good one. Showing the difference between the legs. That's the front leg. Oh, still can't tell. It does seem like the back leg is bigger. If this one is the middle leg and this little part right here is the front, this is obviously the back leg. It does seem bigger. Can't tell if it actually has more segments though, or if it's just... Almost looks like it does though. Let's keep looking. The research is important. Once I simplify it, then I won't have to look so much at reference images. But I need to see what they look like in real life in order to simplify it in a way that works for me. Ah, here it doesn't look that different. There's a different one. Different photo, I mean. It just looks like there's a segment you can't see as much that comes out from the body. Otherwise, 1, 2 of these big segments, then the little foot part, and the same thing here. 1, 2, and then the foot part. Thank you to everybody who uploads photos to iNaturalist. It is so useful for so many reasons. The first time I found this site, I was just trying to identify a plant in my backyard. It's a hollyhock. I learned that we moved into a house that has hollyhocks. I didn't know what the heck it was. This one's really nice. It shows... I don't know if this is actually a Hunt's bumblebee. It actually looks like a different bumblebee to me because it seems like it's white. But probably the legs. The legs look about the same, just not as fuzzy. As far as the segment goes, it does seem like there's one that comes out, and then there's a right angle. 2 big segments, and then the part that's what I equate to a foot. And it seems the same on the middle leg. There's a little part coming out from the body, right angle, and then 2 big segments, and then the foot. Now, if only I can see how does that compare to the front leg. I feel like what I'm seeing is the front leg is just a smaller version of the back 2 legs, but the front leg is always busy doing stuff with the flower, so it's been hard to find any comparative examples. Ooh, this one's good. Let's look at this one. Yeah, this is another, well, maybe it's a Hunt's bumblebee. It's also got that white on it. Oh, this one you can see the bee's mouth too. Or whatever it has, like a little pollen sucker. This is such a great photo. So it does seem like the front leg, here's the front leg, and then here's the middle leg. It just looks like a smaller version. So once again, there's that piece coming out from the body, there's a right-ish angle, and then 2 big segments, and then the foot. Okay. Nice. All right. So let's actually make note of this. I'm going to put about the same size. Middle and back leg. And then front leg smaller. General leg composition. One joint, 2, 3 foot. Body. Approx 90-degree angle. One, 2, 3 foot. Two claws. What did the foot seem to have? 1, 2, 3, 4 segments. Four segments. Okay. So we have 3 sections of the leg, and then 4 segments of the foot with 2 claws. Okay. Ooh. Can't believe it's almost been an hour. Well, I did get started streaming a little late. Like almost 10 minutes late. It took me longer than I expected, and I was really hungry, so I really wanted to make my juice shake, which I'm going to have some more of. My shaker bottle. I'm so glad I figured out my recipe for my juice shake because it's easy to make and I can keep drinking it while working if I were to try to make some quick solid food, it would take just as long to make, but it would take longer to eat it because I wouldn't want to like live stream and eat a toast. So okay. Let's just chibify this bee that I'm looking at. So we've got, I think what I'm gonna do is sort of make the head and thorax as if it's just one big thing. Kind of like how with my mammal chibis, I generally don't do a neck unless it's something like a giraffe, you know, where the neck is a prime feature. I'm gonna squish the abdomen? No. Thorax. Thorax is the middle part. Makes sense for the abdomen to be the bottom part. Okay, let me look it up though. There. I should put a sticky note on this page because I can't remember. Can't remember. Is it this way? Yes, thorax. Thorax is like the chest. We're gonna squish it up. Got pet hairs all over my desk. I tried to get them off before the stream. Didn't work. They're still everywhere. Okay. Chibifying a bee. Chibifying a bee. So the antenna come out right in between the eyes, like this. Imagine they're feeling around to find the yummy stuff that they eat out of the flowers. Because they're always pointing down at the flower. I've noticed that. They're not like up, like blah, blah, blah. They're like honed in on the flower. So I feel positive that they're doing something to help find the tasty num-nums. Okay. Fuzzy. It's fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. Everything is fuzzy. The little nosy is fuzzy. And I don't know if it's a nose. It's the same spot it would be a nose. That's why I called it that. And then whatever its little eating body part is, there it is. It's sucking up some tasty nom-noms out of the flower. And we've got some more fuzzy wuzzies coming out of the side where the second leg comes out. The first leg is just like, meow. Right. This, and then there should be another one. We're trying to make it even smaller. And then the other leg coming out. Other side. Meow. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. You can see the wing coming out back like this. Whee! And then the abdomen, and it curls around. And the other leg. The last leg. Comes up. Yeah, definitely got to keep working on the chibification. It's a lot harder than it looks. So much easier to do quadruped and biped mammals. And depending on the bird, birds are alright, easy to do. Insect is just a so different kind of animal. It's still fuzzy underneath, but it's a different color. A lot more of the black exoskeleton shows. Sometimes you can see the pointiness of the potential stinger. I haven't actually seen a stinger per se, but you can see how it comes to a point in this reference at least. I kind of think it would help to use a gray pen if I have one. Ooh, actually, I just remembered. I discovered it in my piles of stuff when I was searching for something else a while ago. And I forgot I bought them. Oh, here they are. I got myself a set of gray pens for stuff like this. I forgot I did it. I think I had an actual very specific idea in mind what I wanted to use them for and why I got a multi-size set. But to be honest, I can't remember. I can't remember why, but right now at this point in time, it's going to be super useful for sketching because I could sketch these rough circles using the gray and then ink more final looking lines with this. It's still all sketching, but doing it this way, I just realized that you can't see as well because I have my camera a little too low. Okay, doing it this way, I can sketch the general shapes and then sketch more specific shapes on top. So what size do I want? There's a variety in here, and they're not in order. No, they are in order. Okay, so point 1, 0.3, and 0.5. Whoa. Let's try 0.3 to start. Boop. Still got room for a little bit more chibifying. So let's start drawing the overall shape. Not even dividing it up. Basically, we want to make them all into beans. That's what I'm finding is the cutest thing. We can just make them all basically bean shaped and then add the bee details to the bean. That seems to be the way to go. Yeah, that's more like it. I drew the eyes pointing out ways like this on this one, but I'm realizing that they actually go more up and down in the middle. So I'm drawing the same bee. It has to be smaller because I ran out of room, but I'm just trying to do the same thing with a little bit more success, trying to get the cuteness the cuteness level that I want. And the different colors and stuff don't matter quite as much because I'm not going to be coloring these realistically, naturalistically. I've been making everything a super rainbowy, like every animal is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple kind of thing. Not necessarily each color of the rainbow, but they're all different, very different hues. Okay, and the wings come out at about this point, and at this angle is just a very thin body part. So you're seeing it like this instead of like this. This already looks way better. So great, I'm going to write that. Let's write it with black so I can see it more clearly. Start each bee as a bean. Boom! I put an exclamation point. Let's underline it too so that I remember. Also, let's do a highlighter. This is a breakthrough right here. I have not tried to chibify these bees yet. So that's what I'm working on now, and I figured it out. Let's start with the bean, because the first one I sketched is basically what I ended up doing. I think this one looks great. This one didn't work out as well, and I think it's because I didn't really start with the overall bean shape. I had a circle shape, then I sort of appended the back end, but there's a little too much space in between the two shapes, so it doesn't really look like a bean. Here I unified the shapes, so we're not starting with two shapes. I mean, technically I started with two shapes here, but I quickly realized, oh, let's just make the bean shape. It looks nice. So let's just keep doing that. Okay, and then you just add on the legs. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's something else I've noticed. It does this sort of zigzag. I can't really do it, but the leg comes out, in, out. So that first segment comes out, then maybe that's how it's easier for the bee to stand on a flower. This particular bee has the middle leg comes out further. And it's hard because I'm making the legs extra small on purpose. So some of this stuff is just not going to be very accurate because in the anatomy that I'm changing it to look cute also means that it can't reach out as far away from the body or be as visible because it doesn't take up as much space. I don't know if you can hear that, but Aoife's having a dream and she's growling a little bit. Just a little bit though. It's really small growls. I can't actually see the back leg. I think it's sticking back along the body, but I just drew one right here on this sketch for now. So that gray sketch. I wonder if I should solidify my notes into this little notebook so that I'm not having to look. This is the last page in this sketchbook, so to continue working today I'm going to have to get another sketchbook. The idea of having this little notebook and this sketchbook and the new sketchbook is a little overwhelming, so maybe that'll be the next thing I do. Alright, that's that back leg. Maybe I just won't draw that. It's confusing. With all this stuff going on with the antenna. Or I could just draw it along the body like that. Not bad. Yay, I think I figured out my formula for chibi bees. Start each bee as a bean. Oh, we are way past break time, though we are perfectly now at break time as far as when I actually started streaming. So let us take a nice little 5-minute break. Stand up, walk around, or Sarah, if you've been working on that furniture, maybe stretch out your back or something like that. I am going to turn on my be right back sign, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a great break. I selected myself a delicious snack to have after I'm done streaming. Some yummy cauliflowers. Chili lime. Yay! Look forward to eating those. Have that yummy snack while I'm uploading my recording of this stream. But we've got to finish working on this stuff first. We've got a whole nother, well, not an hour, but 50 minutes? About 50 minutes. So, let's get back to sketching. Let's try another angle photo of a bee. Try my new formula for chibifying the Hunt's bumblebee. So we do want to get as many angles as we can. And bees flying around the scene, populating it. So let's try to make cute chibi versions. So this is an interesting angle. It's like all wing. Let's try this one next. See if we can fit it on this page. I'm going to try to fit as many as I can on this page. So I'm going to use my gray pen first. It's too bad. I don't think I can squish this. Maybe I can. I'm thinking about putting, when I put this away later, maybe I can actually squish this box of pens in. Okay, I'll try it. Yeah, I love these. I love these kits with the little flippy thing like this. This is the second one I have. The first one, actually I can't remember. I can't remember which one I got first. This one I believe came from Mido in a Box, which is like a blind box stationery thing you can get from Kinokuniya. And then the other one I got from Inktober one year. I think the Art Snacks Inktober collab. Same one, but it was Inktober branded. And I love them both. They're so nice. You can actually get one that has 2 of these inside flaps. It's like really big. Anyway, let's sketch this bee. Let's sketch this little bee. So we gotta remember, we're gonna start with a bean shape. And it is slightly at an angle. It's not straight on the back because you can see one little antenna over here. So we have to have this really general bean shape. Whoop. And then the gorgeous wings are on full display with the orange shining through. It looks absolutely beautiful. Well, since we're doing chibi, I'm not going to make the wings as long as they are in life. I want to keep it cute and simple. Short and round. And then it's just so much fuzzy. It's just a whole bunch of fuzzy, 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 fuzzy all down the back. Just like that little sort of bald patch in the middle of the thorax. I think I am seeing a bit of fuzz coming out of the side here. And some legs. You can see some little legs. Meow, meow. And then the antenna. That's pretty much all you can see as far as limbs. And little bitty legs. Weep, weep. Little bitty antenna. And little bitty bald patch. You can see that beautiful lacy pattern on here too. I'm not really trying to copy it. Just get the general idea of it on here for now. So this is just a sketch. We can be more precise later. Oh, that does look pretty cute. Let's keep practicing. Some more different angles. Here's one. From the side. That's a different angle we haven't done. once again, we're going to start with bean shape. So chibi bees start as beans. This particular bee has their wings folded back. It's hard to tell how they're holding their front legs. Okay, so, oh, interesting. Looks like actually the frontmost leg is actually back, and the middle leg is crossing over like this. That's what it seems like to me. And the flower, the way the flower is coming down, it's coming down and looping up. The petal is looping up this way, and the antennae are sort of following that curve as the petal comes up. Can't actually see the whole face because it's stuffed into the flower. Eating some tasty flowery num-nums. So I'm just gonna have a little guess at what it looks like. And there's 3 segments of fuzzy in the back. 2 orange, 1 yellow. I'm starting to feel like as long as I can find some nice individual references, of which obviously I can. There's an amazing collection of images here. iNaturalist.org, that's the website. Highly recommend it. Even if you just want to look at beautiful pictures of different flora, fauna. I feel like I have figured out the chibification. Oh, this person has the bee on their fingers. It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. This person has been graced by the presence of an adorable bumblebee. Oh. I always run away. I'm like, no, I'm not a flower. No, no, no. Yeah. I'm running out of room anyway in this sketchbook because, I mean, there's a couple more places I could put something, but let's go back through all of this stuff that I have researched and figured out. Put the notes into my idea book so that I can get a new sketchbook. Let's put the date on here, 18 December. Oh, let's go through the sketchbook before I put it away too. I have to go back anyway in order to find the pages with the notes. So let's look at the different stuff. Oh, look at this. Sarah, you are on the first page of my sketchbook. It says sketch suggestion from @SarahQuill on Twitch, 3rd February 2023. So 2023, the beginning of 2023 is when I started this. Wow. Oh, and this is another onomatopoeia, animal onomatopoeia. This is from when I did the cows last year. Let's move the camera down a bit. So here, this is the exact process, what I'm doing right now. First, you saw more realistic proportions. And then starting to chibify them, simplify their shapes, and change their proportions. And these are sketches from the SCBWI conference, Summer Conference 2023. Same thing here. Same thing here. This was what? Oh, Hello Ranger, my very first... Wow, there's so much in here. I'm glad I looked through this. From my very first emote here on Twitch. Ah, and there it is. Gotta go. G2G. This is the G2G Ranger. Oh, there it is. There's the final sketch for that one. Happy Ranger. This was January of this year. Oh! There's the final sketch for the Happy Ranger. Wait, was that Happy? Oh yeah, there was Hello, Happy, and then this was the start. This is me sketching cormorants. 2024 birthday griffin. Dang, I got a lot done this year. I'm rather impressed with myself. I forgot what the name of this little creature is that I used for the back half of those griffins. But it's so cute. I remember it's the only still living carnivore marsupial, I think. There's something about that. It's super special and rare. Oh, and here's the start of my chibi foods. Oh! I didn't write the date on here. I tried to remember, but I didn't do it. Oh, and here's the start of my Imaginaturalist sketchbook. Wow! This is the next one, Baba Yaga. Still one of my favorites that I've done so far, the Imaginaturalist sketchbook. I think it turned out so cool. This was Cute Ranger? I can't remember what I called it. I don't remember why I was sketching these fellows. Jellyfish Seagull Griffin. More chibi food badges. Round 2 I put. 12 July 2024. Aoife's snoring. I think she's having a dream. She's wiggling about a little bit. A chibi, creamy kitty, the neighbor's cat who passed away. Oh, this was an idea I had for my Vegan Toastmasters Club. I wanted to create images for everyone, and this would be their photo, and then this would be sort of a frame for everyone. I never proposed it, though. I hope I remember about that. I feel like it would look cute. And here's the Kabul Ishka from Imaginaturalist series. This one also turned out really cool. Ah, here we go. The end of the sketchbook, the animal onomatopoeia. We'll go through the rest of the sketchbook too, but this was the point I really wanted to get to so that I can take note of this stuff in this little notebook so that I don't have to be dealing with 2 sketchbooks and a notebook. Let's see. I will write that this is a new day though. 2024. 12/18. Today is Wednesday. Suiyobi. That's how you say that in Japanese. Suiyobi. Okay. Hunt's bumblebee is what I decided to do. Three main body parts. Head, thorax. I'll put chest. This is similar to the chest. I mean, isn't that what it's called? Thoracic spine? Even in humans. Hold on, I'm going to look up that. Thoracic spine. Yep. It's AI, but I trust it. It's the, well, you can't really see that because it's really overexposed, but there. It's the top part of your spine. The same area where your chest is, it's just the back, obviously, because it's your back. The spine is in the back part, but it's about the same area. I'll just call it chest. That helps me remember. And then abdomen. It helps me remember because on a human, it does go head, chest, abdomen. And whoever named the parts of the bee decided to use the same word abdomen as for humans. Okay. Here are my notes about the sections of the antenna. Antenna parts. I'm going to double check. I feel like the first part of the antenna is pretty much always smooth, and then the part that comes down has lots of joints. So I'm going to look at a few more images to see what it looks like on them. Yep, that looks smooth there. Oh, here's a different one. This one is hard to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's so hard to tell. How many segments are on the antenna? It probably doesn't matter that much. I don't think people are going to be like, this illustration is terrible. There are not enough segments on the antenna. And if someone did do that, I would just laugh like I did just now. I don't need to worry about it too much. But I do like drawing from life, as it were, both literally and figuratively. reason why seeing the dead animals is not useful to me is because they're all sad and limp and there's no life in them, and that doesn't help me. I know these images are not meant for me. They're not designed to be artist reference or submitted for that purpose, but I wish I could filter them out. I feel like there was a way to do so, but maybe it's not the same for an insect search or something. I don't know. This one shows fairly well. This is the one we were using earlier. It really does seem like this first real big segment is just one smooth piece, and then after that starts this little, as I've drawn it here. This seems to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this one seems to have 10. So I will just go ahead with what I wrote here. I say there's, oh, I don't know how to describe it. It's not really a joint per se. I mean, it is a joint, but it's not like a separate thing. It's not as I drew it there. How can I describe this? I'll put smooth first part. And I'll put joint. And then I'll put 10 segment second part. I'm going to draw a little example. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had to draw extras because I couldn't divide it small enough. There. Leg parts. Three big segments. In parentheses, 90-degree-ish between 1 and 2. Then four segment foot. And then 2 claws. Okay. All right, notes copied over from that page. Okay, put chibify body starting as a bean shape, because I think I pretty much figured it out here. But then I really tested it when I was drawing those chibis a little bit ago. This part is gonna be hard. But I do have this little tab here. So if I need to, when I need to, I can come back to this sketchbook. This is the only sticky tab I have in here, so I'll be able to tell. But I will put the number of segments here, so that's something easy to put in here. Wing segments. Top wing wings, because there's 4 wings, 2 on each side, is 12. Equals 12. Bottom wings equals just 4. Okay. No notes on this page, no notes on this page. And this is Imaginaturalist Sketchbook Da. I took a break to work on another one of these pieces, which I started so that I could continue to deliver a new illustration every month on Patreon while working on these big pieces, such as this bee onomatopoeia piece that takes several months to complete. So that's why I skip into doing some smaller ink-only illustrations, because it just takes so long to do the fully colored pieces, and I don't want to make everyone wait. When they're supporting me with a monthly contribution, I don't think that's fair. Here's Aya. Just sent out the finished version of Aya this morning. And then here's my Christmas card. My cozy Christmas coodlers. And I intend to start earlier next year on it because I want to go back to what I used to do for a long time. Then I had a few years without really... Well, I think it was actually only 2 years without making a Christmas card, but it feels so much longer because I've been doing it for so long. So I figure if I get started 2 months early, then I could do a Halloween card, a Thanksgiving card, and a Christmas card. So I gotta start in the summer on the Halloween card. Okay. Here we are. This last page, which I started today. I already wrote this all down, the general leg composition. Let's write this note. Back legs. Middle and back leg. About... Sorry that the camera shakes so much. I don't know how to stop it shaking so much when I write and stuff, but... So I guess it's because this table isn't as... It's just on sort of pipe legs. Like this pipe that goes like this and then back up. It's like a U shape of pipe. One on each side. So it's not very stable, but I feel like it didn't used to shake around this much. I don't know what has changed. Okay, the middle and back leg are about the same size. Front leg smaller. I'm just aware of the shaking because I can actually feel it as I'm writing as a sort of feedback from my own writing. Okay. And I got to start each bee as a bean. This should be a sign that you just hang up on your wall. A non sequitur. Unless you're in on it. And you know where it came from. Start each bee as a bean. Okay. Good. Got my notes. So when I need to, I don't have to keep flipping through here to try and figure out what I had said. So let us, actually I'll just leave this open. Let us get a new sketchbook. I can't remember if I have another one of my favorite one. That is my favorite sketchbook. You can only get it at Barnes & Noble as far as I know. If I don't have another one of exactly that type, I do have tons of other sketchbooks that I can use. I just like that one because there's plenty of room to draw, but it's small enough to fit in pretty much any purse. Any purse or backpack. I do have these really giant sketchbooks. They don't have the kind of paper I like, though. What I prefer is nice, smooth paper. And these are meant more for stuff like charcoal or graphite or colored pencil, pastel. This is going to look. Can't pull the pages out of these either. These ones are perforated. I have 3 of these big, what is this? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm behind my desk right now. 11 by 14 inch. Oh, here's my jumbo jewel beetle. That's the bug I was saying. I figured it out. I figured out how to make them look cute. This is smoother, but it's not my fave. Fine tooth surface. Oh, this is drawing paper. This one isn't even a sketchbook. It's specifically drawing paper. So it means it's slightly higher quality paper. I'll save these giant sketchbooks for the rare occasion when I'm doing a really, really big piece, which does happen. Okay, I'll just go back to these smaller sketchbooks I have, because it would be good to use them. Since I prefer that 8.5 by 11 sketchbook, I don't use these other ones as much. So hopefully no one is feeling ignored in the chat or something, because I totally can't see it back here. Well, I guess I'll go to this one for now. We'll use this up. It's a very odd shape, but it has the closest paper texture that I prefer to use. I think this is the Art Snacks Plumchester brand. Yeah, there's that P for Plumchester. And, yep. Started 19 December 2016. That's 8 years ago, almost to the day. Woo! And I still haven't finished using it. Oh, look at this. My Hakuoki sticker collection. Doki Doki Kisu. What does this say? Hazubando. And then I put the Plumchester sticker. Oh, Sarah, some of these stickers you sent to me. I'm pretty sure. Wow, so I got this in the Art Snack Studio collection. Oh, there's tons of stuff I worked on in here. Let's just... Here I was trying out some different metallic plus black paint markers. Ah, I didn't know what I meant here. I wrote, and it works on my phone too. It must be this awesome pencil that I have been using to practice kanji on my phone on the Duolingo app. It's a pencil, like a wooden graphite pencil on the main part, but the part on the end where it would normally be like an eraser is a little stylus for your smartphone. So I think that's why I wrote that. Well, here I'm just testing different materials. Oh, what is this? I think I was trying to draw... This is so cute. I forgot I did this. I think these were ideas for a Christmas card. And I have like Saint Nick holding, this is like my cat Kiba. This is Bear, Kiki, Kenshi, and Soon. These are my pets at the time. So I drew all these different thumbnails of Saint Nick with my pets. I wonder why I didn't decide to do it. Probably I ran out of time. That's been a big problem for me recently. And I mean recently as in recent years. And then here's this Bilbo Baggins chibi I did from the animated The Hobbit, which I love from like the 70s or whatever. 2017 I did that one. Oh, I forgot about that. Look at how cute he is. This is I made this for an anniversary present for my husband, and it was drawn and then cut out, and then there was these other cutouts too, and so it was like paper. Sort of like collage or paper theater or something. Oh, and this was a commission. Oh. And this is from, I think, a 4th of July barbecue. Oh yeah, and then I used it for, this is another one. So I used it for some Lucky Dips. Wow. This is another add-on drawing where you draw something and then you pass it around and everybody draws a little bit more. And here's another. I skipped it because it went through the page. I was like, why did I skip this page? Oh, because this went through. I think this is another Lucky Dip. Wow. Lucky Dips. Yep, I kept skipping pages because it went through. Another one. June 2023. Just realized the camera's not really showing the sketchbook all the way. Wow, this sketchbook has been used for a wide variety of things. And this was the last one I did in here, November 2023. And that makes sense because it was this year I decided instead of Lucky Dip and Inktober, I would use my streaming time to focus on my main illustration projects, which is what I'm doing now. So we'll just move on to sketching in the rest of this sketchbook, Fill It Up. And since I have figured out the formula for making bumblebees into cute chibis, because they're already naturally so cute, I think I'm going to move on to a little bit of thumbnail brainstorming for what I might like the illustration itself to look like. So that actually entails my favorite starting point, which is word association. Let's put the date first. It's the 18th of December, 2024. B, onomatopoeia. Brainstorming. So the first thing I do at this point, so I've finished the research stage with a main bit of research. I never stop looking stuff up. Sometimes it's just out of curiosity. Other times it's like, oh, wait, I need to know how this works or something. But now that's done, let's do a little ideation. And the first thing I like to do is just think of all the words I can that have to do with what I want to illustrate. So we've got bee, bumblebee, fuzzy, cute, buzz, and of course a boon boon. That's the Japanese boon boon because this is a bilingual illustration. Flowers, spring, summer, petals, pollen, dandelions, roses, daisies, leaves, grass, sunshine, wind, I suppose rain as well, warm. Bugs need warm to really get going. They have to work really hard to warm themselves up if it's cold. So we want it to be warm, I think, for this scene. Oh, daytime. We'll put bright, sunny. We could also put clouds. Birds. Flying. I'm trying to think of some actions. Flying, eating, speaking in their bee language, communicating. Flying, they've got to be flying, I determined earlier, because that's how they make the buzz sound, is from their wings. So we've definitely got to have a lot of them flying, because in all of these scenes that I've done so far, there's not just a couple speech bubbles on one on each page, with Japanese on one side and English on the other side. There's also the same onomatopoeia sort of floating and flying in and out throughout the scene. So it's a very noisy illustration, both visually and that's the sort of idea that it's putting forth. So we've definitely got to have a lot of flying in order for us to have that much buzz, buzz, boom, boom happening. Oh, how about hive, honey, queen, babies. That's the point of the honey, is to give it to the babies, I think. And honeycomb. What does a natural beehive look like? I'm going to search. So I might get some ideas from looking at pictures. Wild, although I feel like the Hunt's bumblebee was more solitary. Let's look up Hunt's bumblebee on, hopefully there's a Wikipedia. I love Wikipedia. Let's see if there's a Hunt's bumblebee. When I was typing here to put the search in, and it has the suggestions, I put Hunt's bumble. The next suggested word was baby. Hunt's bumble baby. What the heck? Hunt's bumble baby. Oh wow, though, when I searched that, number 1 is Wikipedia, number 2 is iNaturalist. Maybe I'll look on both of them. Let's go to Wikipedia. Bombus hunti is the name of it in Latin or whatever. Oops, I can't spell. Bombus hunty. With 2 I's. Bombus. Bombus, bombus. Bombus. It's so cute, bombus. Okay. I'll read this to you. Bombus hunty is a species of bumblebee. It is native to western North America, where it occurs in western Canada and the United States, as far east as Manitoba and Minnesota, and in Mexico as far south as the Trans-Mexican Volcanic Belt. It is commonly known as the hunt bumblebee or Hunt's bumblebee. This is a picture from Sandy, Utah, which I recently, I think, visited a few months ago for a soccer game and WSL match. Alright, let's find out some more stuff. Oh, that's cool. It was given the name Bombus hunty by Green, whoever Green is, in 1860. Oh, this is useful. So, it says this bee lives in desert scrub, prairies, and meadows. So we're going to put desert, prairie, meadow. In the southern part of its range in Mexico, it lives in pine ecosystems, can be found at high elevations such as top volcanoes. Interesting. Pine. Bee is active in summer and fall. Okay, so not spring. That's good to know. So we're going to cross out spring. Fall. In southern areas, it flies throughout much of the year. Oh. We'll put year-round in south. But for me, up here, more northerly, summer and fall. Ah, it nests underground. I'm going to put underground nest. So this was what inspired me, because I felt like, wait a minute, I don't think these bees have like a honey hive in a tree or something. And that seems correctly because it says nest underground. Rabbit brush. I've never heard of that before. So food plants visited by this species include rabbit brush. Is that like sagebrush? Chrysothemnus. Oh. Here's what that looks like. Chrysothemnus. Rabbit brush. Or rabbit bush. Or chamisa. Okay. Thistles. I love thistles because that's the national plant of Scotland or whatever. Let me see. Is there a culture? Ah, there is a culture thing for... There we go, symbolism. The first thing under culture for thistle. Scottish thistle. It's on their 5-pence piece. And the 1967 florin. Thistle has been the national emblem of Scotland since the reign of King Alexander III, which was 1249 to 1286. Says citation needed there, though. According to legend, an invading Norse army was attempting to sneak up at night upon a Scottish army's encampment. One barefoot Norseman stepped on a thistle and cried out in pain, thus alerting Scots to the presence of the invaders. Possibly this happened in 1263 during the Battle of Largs, which marked the beginning of the departure of King Haakon IV, Haakon the Elder of Norway, who, having control of the Northern Isles and Hebrides, had harried the coast of the Kingdom of Scotland for some years. Okay, I won't read you the whole thing about it, but that's why I like thistles. I have quite a bit of Scottish ancestry, so... It's always been interesting to me. Ooh, sunflowers. Like, I could try to include all of these or something, even though it wouldn't necessarily be realistic to have so many plants in one little scene, but we could get lots of different flowers in. Penstemons, whatever those are. I'm learning lots of new flower and plant names. Penstemons. Fossilias. Currants. Rudbeckias. We'll look up these later if we decide that we actually want to include them all. Oh, and clovers. I feel like bees plus clovers is a really classic pairing, so that might be a nice one. Or like clover and thistle, because then clover is Ireland as well. Okay. Ooh, that's awful. This bumblebee is susceptible to certain viruses that infect honeybees, such as black queen cell virus and deformed wing virus. That's very sad. Experiments suggest that this and other native species make efficient pollinators of crop plants such as tomatoes, and that commercial rearing would be a viable alternative to introducing non-native bees for the purpose. Huh. Well, I wanted to know more about where it lives. It said they nest underground, and that's all it mentioned. So let's try iNaturalist. Maybe iNaturalist will have more information. Ah, source Wikipedia! That is the same. Dang, I gotta find somewhere else. They're the second result, and it's literally the same information. Here's Hunt's Bumblebee by Montana Field Guide, which is a Montana government website. Oh, they have some very pretty photos. For definitions and diagrams of bumblebee morphology, well, I don't need that yet. This is very sort of scientific descriptions of what they look like. The males are slightly different morphology. The upper side of the thorax often has many yellow hairs intermixed with black. Interesting. I would like to know where they live. Habitat: high desert shrub, grassland, mixed prairie, irrigated prairie, and riparian woodland, prairie parkland, sagebrush, shrub steppe. That's where we live. That's where I live. Sagebrush, shrub steppe. That's definitely describes my region. Subalpine forest meadows, rarely above tree line, etc. Okay, that's not. I want to know, like, where do they live? Nobody talks about it. Okay, under reproductive characteristics, it says nests mostly underground, which I already wrote, underground nest. 90.3% of 31 hives built underground in southern Alberta, the remainder. So this is a specific research information from a specific. Oh, okay. So what it's saying is when they researched this, they found 90% were underground, but the last 10-ish% was on the surface. Or surface ground nest. I realize my little camera is not really doing anything useful. Oh shoot, and I'm after time too. Actually, I'm right at the 2-hour mark as far as the length of time I've streamed today. I got started a little late, so that's why it's... Let me finish this thought, and then we'll call it good and pick this up tomorrow. Although maybe I should just leave this page up. There's actually quite a bit of information packed into this paragraph right here. So let us stop there. We'll stop there. I'll leave that page up until tomorrow on my phone browser. Heck, I'll just leave everything as it is. Call this good. Come right back to it tomorrow. I'm streaming at the same time as usual, illustration day. So, we'll call it good there. And hopefully I will see you then. Same time, same place. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I was like lost. Like, what am I saying? I think it is a good time to stop because I wasn't sure what I should be doing. I was just sort of like vaguely moving my cursor around on my screen. What I need to do is stop streaming. So, I'm going to end here. I hope to see you tomorrow, but if not, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday and a wonderful Thursday. Thank you for watching.